Welcome to Municipal Affairs. I'm Christopher Brown. 700 delegates from across Manitoba gathered at the AMM convention in downtown Winnipeg on this snowy Wednesday morning to vote for their next president and two vice presidents. Over the last few weeks, we have been sitting down with the president candidates and the vice president candidates, and today was the day. Today was the day when the decision was made. And behind me on that stage, the newly elected president was elected, and here it is.
Thank you. So according to our bylaws, I will fully read all the results that came in, so I'll read the numbers and announce the winner. So we have total number of votes cast, 528. Total number of spoiled ballots, 0. Ian Drew, 126. Kathy Valentino, 402.
We caught up with the newly elected president after the results were announced, and here's our interview. Kathy, first off, congratulations on your election as the next AMM president, and I guess I can say this, first female president of the Association of Manitoba Municipalities. How does it feel after literally about a half hour of learning the results?
Actually, it feels really good, and I never really like to say I, or that I'm a woman or anything, but I got to tell you, I'm super proud of myself in Northern Manitoba, because this is also a first for Northern Manitoba to have a voice as president of AMM, so that's what I'm super proud of.
So you've been listening to the delegates. Your speech directly talked about what you've been hearing over the last few days. What do you take away from this conference as their new full-time president to ensure that what happens here is not just forgotten about?
Yeah, not just in this convention, but my last 2 years as role as vice president also heard lots of concerns and what everybody's saying. And it's so interesting, I think, in a time right now with municipal politics that everybody's saying the same thing. It's just affecting them in different magnitudes. So we're still hearing over and over public safety, everybody's broke, the connectivity, and infrastructure, those always come up. So those continually need to be addressed with the provincial government. I mean, we still got lots going on. As you know, we have tons of resolutions. So depending on how those go is how we will take our next advocacy roles over the next 2 years.
You're going to be a full-time municipal employee in some sense, because you're going to be board member for FCM, AMM president. That's a lot of work. Are you prepared to hit the ground running literally now?
Yeah, absolutely. And I've had the opportunity these last couple months to be the interim president when past President Blight had to step down. So yeah, I am ready, and I have the time and the commitment, and I've shown that. So I look forward to it, and I have a passion for this, and it's going to be a really great couple of years.
One of the big events that took place over the last 3 days was Wab Canoe announcing $62 million over 5 years for municipalities. No strings attached operating. It seems like a few municipalities are not completely happy with that because it's not a lot, because it's tied to GDP. What's your stance on it? Now, as president, you can have an official word on it. What do you see as a positive and a negative to the announcement that the Premier gave on Monday?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think we appreciate the fact that we can tell now that the province or the government of the day is listening to us. This definitely opened the door. I think it opened the door also with all other provinces, because these are conversations that are happening and moving to the federal level to relook at how municipalities are funded. So I think that that's a positive. The door is now open. Do we need to sit back now and see how it's affecting municipalities? Absolutely. We'll have to take some time to do that. The per capita funding, no, it doesn't work for everybody. There are large land masses with small populations that this isn't going to be good for, or maybe not good for, but not maybe fair for. So maybe we need to look at a funding formula, attach a bit of a growth part of the escalator built into it. We see some provinces starting to do that. So there's some conversations still to be had for sure.
And heading back to the AMM convention for a second, you have two vice presidents, Brad Saluk and Scott Phillips. I'm assuming you're going to be sitting down with them in the short period of time to start that conversation, but also your entire board. How does it feel to have two new vice presidents underneath you?
Absolutely, it's good. And, I'm a bit of a relationship builder person, as people know, so I'm okay to work with whoever got elected. And I think continuity is good, and I think new people and new visions are good too. So we will work as a team, and I'll be the leader of the team, and we'll get things done.
Awesome. What's your message to delegates now that this convention's over with and they begin to head back as their president? What do you hope that they take away?
I really hope that, and we always say when we come to these conventions that sometimes it's the networking that people get the most out of, especially when you're a rural community or a rural municipal official. You need to feel connected when you come to these conventions. So I hope they take away from this a sense of maybe some questions answered, or a sense of new networking friends or people or colleagues that they can reach out to help them through this next couple of years. So I really value the networking part, and I hope that they be able to get something out of that part of it.
Kathy, always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure having you. Thank you for coming to Friendly Manitoba.
Also on the third day, 4 candidates were vying for 2 VP spots, and this is how the results came out.
Thank you. Okay, here are your results for Vice President. Total number of votes cast, 537. Total number of spoiled ballots, 0. Clayton Kennard, 156. Scott Phillips, 335. Sandra Smith, 132. Brad Saluk, 349. With that, I declare Scott Phillips and Brad Saluk
Thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of Municipal Affairs. We hope you've enjoyed this live edition where we've come to you from the Association of Manitoba Municipalities Convention. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Always helps us out. Be sure, if you haven't already, head over to our YouTube channel and hit that like button and subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all our upcoming episodes. Now, we are heading into December, and that means our year in review episodes will be starting to come out in about 2 weeks' time. So that means for the next few weeks, we will be only talking about what has happened in municipalities across this province, directly speaking to presidents of the associations that matter to municipalities. So tune in, subscribe, and we'll be back with a brand new episode of Municipal Affairs. Till then, everyone.